Our next honoree and speaker, S. Lee Merritt, is truly the people's lawyer. Mr. Merritt's Philadelphia-based law firm has successfully represented victims of police brutality as far as Texas. It is my pleasure to introduce an emerging leader in the fight for racial justice and the Route 100 honoree, Mr. S. Lee Merritt. Mr. S. Lee Merritt.
Now, as a kid, I thought, if only I was born 30 years sooner, I could leave a real impact on the world. I was enamored by things like the Civil Rights Movement, the South African apartheid struggle, and other international movements for independence from European colonialism. But I was taught that freedom struggles was a thing of the past. Having overcome Jim Crow segregation, our nation had finally realized its promise of liberty and justice for all. I wasn't born during the Civil Rights era. I was born in 1983. I was born in a nation that is infatuated with guns and violence. A nation whose schools are falling desperately behind the international standard, even more pathetically so in the inner city. I was born in a country where a woman's white neighbor could choke her 8-year-old son and not go to jail. Where a responding officer to the incident could belittle, assault, and even arrest that woman and her daughters and remain on the force. A country where a police officer can take aim at a car full of teenagers, posing no threat to anyone, on their way home, and unload rifle rounds, taking the life of a 15-year-old kid, and not go to jail. While a 17-year-old accused of stealing a backpack could be locked up for over 3 years in the worst conditions imaginable without ever facing or without ever being accused of any crime. A nation where a 20-year-old can be pummeled with pipes and blunt objects by Nazis and neo-Confederates, feet away from a police station and no arrest be made. Where a young man out mowing lawns in his own neighborhood could be mauled by police dogs and tasers. I was born to take on these very real, very relevant, very contemporary fights for freedom and show others how to do the same. This is our era. This is it. This is our time to seek justice together. It's on us now. And the struggle is ever as urgent, ever as monumental, ever as crucial as any struggle before it. So thank you.